We got so C-Vark. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful mog, my man. As an arcane, Faded. First up, but that's gonna be a Skills Hunter out there. Looks like Faded Skills Hunter, a little bit of honor bow. Faded doesn't really, oh, back it up, there you go. I do also like that too. Like if you're in an arena like this, I really, like honor duels are cool, but I like what they not, you know, I really, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here, but I really like when you guys do honor duels with each other with a bow. And it's not like a rogue walks up next to the guy, bow, sap, sap immediately. Because I used to have some friends that did that all the time. Like when it was a rogue versus rogue duel, they were like, hey, I won the duel. When the rogues were really like chess match, or who gets the other sap is the guy that wins. They would walk up and be like, slash bow, and then stealth sap immediately. Or they would be right next to me when the duel is about to start, stealth, and then sap as first as I can. And I'm like, I would just always grapple hook as far as I can. Like, let it just be like a stealthy peekaboo duel. You know what I mean? Let me look for you. Let me look for you. Gonna be immediate opener, and it's gonna be immediate trigger by Skills Hunter walling off, trying to see if he can cycle and Faded. Faded got him some cheap shots. It looks like Skills Hunter's gonna take a lot of damage. Vanish coming out. It's gonna be big damage. Where's the skills? Watch out for a second. Faded trinkets it. Oh my god, he just committed everything just to make that burst happen. Shackles and Malediction on the seed pod. What? This man just used shackles on a seed pod. What is going on? This guy is insane. He's actually just like throwing everything but the kitchen sink into these duels. This guy's insane. Trinketed, evasion, vanished. Like he does everything to win. Oh my god, dude. Damn. Flexing Hodge is gonna be up next. We got us Myth Cold Feeder on team 2 with Ori in the back, as well as TM Assassin. On Team Faded, we got us a see, we were talking about him earlier. Flexing his Hellbrock is in here. Valorip is back. How you doing, my guy? I haven't seen that beautiful, beautiful boy in a while. Looking like a young Anduin, looking like over here, my man. Looking good. Looking like a young man right there, man. Looking like a young man, dude. And Flexing Hodge is looking for Faded. Trying to see if we can find him. Trying to see if he scour every single corner for the rogue. Faded going in with a kidney shot into flagellation. Gonna be immediate Hodge. And a trinket out of Flexing Hodge. Looking to end it right here. Worse out for a second. Does he get the biggest go here? That's going to be massive damage. Faded with a Cloak of Shadows. Does he go for a Shadow Step to maybe juke out the Paladin? Looks like he's just going to run around circles with the boy. And that's going to be a restyle for him with that Shadow Mill. Forcing lots of cooldowns offensively out of Flexing Hodge. Faded is going to have a trinket as well as defenses afterwards. So Faded is actually kind of okay. He could go for another kidney shot soon. He did use flagellation there to really force cooldowns out of Flexing. And I think Flexing, oh, it is Flexing. I didn't even realize that was Flexing on a Pala. I didn't realize that was Flexing on a Pala for some reason. But Flexing Hodge, Flexing the Pala, did want to go for big damage onto the rogue dude. Kidney shot onto Flexing. No flagellation. Is going to have the mark for death. Big eviscerates back to back. Could be a bubble out of Flexing right here. Does he go for it? He doesn't choose to go for a bubble. He thought he might be able to survive it. Faded didn't commit cooldowns this time. He didn't vanish. He just had one dance. No Shadow Blades. I guess he just had the Dammy. That is rough, man. That is rough. But also Flexing, that is an ult of his. I don't know how geared it might be. Ori chilling bear form versus Faded. So far, Faded actually didn't commit too many cooldowns into Flexing on the Palom. And he actually might just be able to go all in versus Ori. That is a Boomy. Oh, he has a Bark Skin, no wall, maybe some self-heals. Massive damage as Boomies do as a Kyrian. Is going to be able to thrash Faded out. And that's going to be Faded with the Shadow Blades. No flagellation. Looks like that's down for a bit. It's going to go for the full kidney shot. Cheap shout out to Ori. Barkskin is up for Ori. Is going to use Sippy Cup in between of that burst. And getting that Cyclone to Faded with that roar. Faded did go for a Shadow Step. Maybe look at maybe line of sight Ori behind him. Actual Cycle would have went off even if you're not looking at the guy. It's going to get knocked out of the smoke bomb by Ori. Full perfectly enough to get some dots in there. And Ori got the big Kyrian burst, tricking out of the blind. Faded doesn't have a Cloak of Shadows. It's going to be really bad right now. And that's going to be Ori on top of Faded. Does he thrash him out? Does swipe him out? That's still going to be Fury of Illume. Big star surges as Ori had a bit of that Kyrian burst. Bash to Faded. Trick inside of it to kidney shot onto Ori. Does he have to go? Wait, does he turn it around for Ori right now? Does he actually do it? Ori with a big heal, friends, and reach into emergency healing. Vanished by Faded. Trying to see if he can nuke him down with the shackles. Actually, Ori could have been in a bad spot. Cloak and evasion are up. Ori just has to wait both of these out. Needs to keep Faded in combat somehow. Shadow Mill by Faded as he has no dots on him. And Ori needs some healing of his own. Is going to stealth out of there. That could have been the biggest turnaround by Faded. Dude, this guy is just throwing cooldowns in. And he's just rotating. Keep it evasion. Keep it Cloak of Shadows. Keep it everything on CD. This man, I think, knows. This man is almost playing like a PvEer, dude. If you're not using your cooldowns, you're losing them. In PvP, you usually just wait until the perfect moment. He's just like, you know what? Let's just force CDs out of these boys, catch a reset, get back in there, throwing CDs in there constantly. And Ori with a Barkskin not looking too good for wear. But Faded just doesn't have that much of a follow-up. Ori does have himself a Frenzy regen. At least he's able to catch up. Might be able to get himself a Sippy Cup a little bit later. Could maybe swipe Faded out, but better to sit in stealth and hope that he doesn't walk on top of the road, because that is going to be Faded with a 100% crit opener. Could be really, really rough. And that's going to be Faded with a Mark for Death ready to go. Ori wants to pick up the eye, decides to go against it, see if he can maybe thrash Faded out. Gonna be the Flagellation opener. Ori has a Barkskin for it, but look at that Flagellation burst, dude. Emergency healing for Ori right now, doing the best that he can deal with it. There's going to be Thorns up as well. Charges to Faded to root him for a second, try to get some dots in him. Does Ori have a big go? Bash onto Faded, does have a trigger for a blind for Ori. As Ori, did you use Kirin go? He had Kirin burst, yep. If you can line up a Kirin burst later with the full CE, then he'll be AAK. But that is his go, but it's only a minute CD. Faded is not going to have a trinket after that minute. So it could be pretty bad for him. Faded has some dots in there. Ori just trying to maintain the dots on him. Going to be tricking for Ori with a roar. Trying to go for a war stop versus Faded. Let's see if I get a war stop. Trying to deny the war stop. Going to be war stop in the cyclone, but that's going to be a cloak of shadows for Faded. Just to ignore that cloak. Those cheap shots just to stop that ward stop for a second is nutty. Or just making sure to get some thrashes into Faded, just to make sure he's dotted up in any way possible, whether from melee, whether from Moonfire, Sunfire. But does need the pressure. Needs to keep the pressure on. Barkskin is up for Ori. Could be okay. Thorns may be available. Kirin go again. Does have CE. Does he go for the big bash onto Faded? Faded does trinket it. All right. Does he vanish it? Wait, Ori had no health at all. Oh my god. This rogue. Vanishing just to get himself the big setup. This guy just throws everything into the targets. Does AoE out TM. Gonna be Faded with a Shadowy Duel. And TM just taking advantage of that Shadowy Duel. Just the line of sight that it creates. With Hellrock charging a TM. Being a marksman hunter, he knows he has himself limited amount of time to deal with TM. He's gonna hit him with a chimeric poison that's gonna be slow into a silence into damage and heal reduction. Does have evasion, but putting his back to Hellrock. As a rogue. Oh, this is something that needs to be addressed. As a rogue, if you press evasion, you dodge from the front. You can't dodge from the back. So you press evasion, face the physical attacker. So if Hellrock is shooting you in the back, face him. Just look at him. Look him in the eyes while backpedaling behind the pillar. Don't stand behind him like that. That's really going to be bad. Big damage onto Myth Cold Feet. As Hellrock just tried to put up the most damage in a big kill shot's coming out. Myth does go for the death pack. Packed with death itself, but he's going to necrotic himself out. So into an interrupt onto Fleshcraft. It looks like Hellrock just wants to take him out. Maybe has a big kill shot ready to go. Big kill shot, not enough damage. Big aim shot to follow and does take him out. That was nuts, dude. This rogue just came in and just kept trucking damage over and over. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.